Do you remember your best friend's name from high school? Do you remember the crew that you hung out with? What about that person that you connected with so easily and then they were gone? Do you even hear from them anymore? Are you even still friends? I want to talk to you about an important principle that I think you need to hear about. Keep watching. I was having a conversation today with my wife.
And dance by the light of the moon. A hot dog, just like an organ.
We were discussing friends and friendship and the importance of the struggle to maintain those friendships. Now, there are people in your life that you have lost touch with, that if you were able to maintain those friendships, that both of your lives would be enriched. In fact, just this week, I connected with a couple of my college classmates. One of them was my roommate. What would life have been like with them still in it? Now, ask that question of yourself. What would your life have been like with those friends still a part of it? How would you be enriched by their continued friendship? You know what I'm talking about. You see, absence doesn't always make the heart grow fonder. Sometimes, many times, really most of the time, it really becomes out of sight, out of mind. So it's not that they intend to forget you. It's not that they don't want to call you and talk with you. It's simply easy to get sidetracked and distracted with all of their goings on. But I want you to listen to me. It's not on them to keep up the friendship. You also have a responsibility to do so. Listen to wise King Solomon. He wrote the book of Proverbs, and in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24, he said that a man that hath friends must show himself friendly. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Do you remember the movie, It's a Wonderful Life?
Brushes, combs. No.
One of my favorite movies of all time. The main character, George Bailey, through the different times of his life,
George saved his brother's life that day, but he caught a bad cold which infected his left ear. Cost him his hearing in that ear.
in which he exhibits his character and his influence simply by being a friend.
I'll take chocolate. With coconuts? I don't like coconuts. You don't like coconuts? Say, Brainless, don't you know where coconuts come from?
And he gains friends through his life.
Yeehaw!
Now, at one point, you cut to the drama. He has a major disaster take place in his business. The Bailey Building and Loan, you remember it.
Remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community.
His business partner lost, do you remember how much? $8,000. Now that sounds like a lot to you and I, but think about what the equivalent is today. That's about $115,000 today. So George was lost, he was in despair, even to the point that he wished that he had never even been born.
I suppose it'd been better if I'd never been born at all.
What'd you say?
I said I wish I'd never been born.
Oh, you mustn't say things like that.
Do you remember his guardian angel's name? That's right, Clarence. Clarence was able to grant his wish, and he saw what his life would have been like without him.
You've got your wish. You've never been born.
After he saw what the influence and effect that his life had on others, what their lives would potentially be like, and the fact that they didn't even know him, it brought him back to that bridge, and he wanted to live again.
Please! I want to live again! I want to live again! I want to live again! Please, God, let me live again.
The movie comes to its amazing conclusion.
Merry Christmas! Hey! Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter!
At which I almost cry every time. I love that his brother, when he comes into the house after flying through a blizzard, that he comes in and he makes a toast to his brother, and he says,
Ernie, a toast to my big brother George, the richest man in town.
stop thinking that a little more money will make it all right. Stop thinking that you simply need more stuff. Stop thinking that a bigger house, that a better car are the things that are going to do it for you. I spoke in a previous episode of the need to give. And so it's the same in friendship. Those relationships, those people are valuable. Keep them close. Notice what Clarence left George. And in the inscription on the inside, notice what he said.
That's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Yes.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
Attaboy, Clarence.